Girlfriend invited her mom to move in for the summer without asking me. When I confronted her, she said it was none of my business, so I moved out. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Reddit Visuals. Sometimes it blows my mind how the people closest to you can treat you like you're just a placeholder with a wallet. I'm Alex, 32, and until this whole thing happened, I really thought I'd found my person. You know that feeling when you finally breathe out after years of tension? That was her. Or at least, I thought it was. We met at one of those community board game nights. She beat me at code names, then roasted me for not knowing a single Taylor Swift lyric in Song Pop. I laughed so hard I forgot my coffee order. Her name was Brooke. She was 30, fiery in a subtle way, with this dry wit that snuck up on you. It wasn't love at first sight. It was more like recognition. I saw her and I thought, damn, that's someone I could build something with. For the first year, things were magic. We split time between my place and hers, laughed about our weird childhoods, bickered over takeout menus, and binged every murder documentary on Netflix like it was our job. She wasn't perfect, neither was I, but we communicated. Or so I thought. About 9 months in, she lost her apartment. Rent hike, bad landlord, typical urban horror story. I offered my place, my cozy 2-bedroom that I'd renovated slowly over the past 4 years. Every corner had a story. She moved in with 2 duffel bags, a cat named Moss, and more indoor plants than any rational person should own. At first I loved it. The apartment felt warmer with her in it. Even Moss clawing my leather couch felt domestic. We talked about furniture arrangements, closet space, routines. It was the kind of domestic adjustment that makes you feel like a real couple, like you're becoming a unit. But somewhere along the way, things shifted. Subtly. She started treating the apartment like it was hers. Not ours. Not mine. Heron. It started with small things, replacing my spice rack with her aesthetically pleasing labeled jars, buying new dishware without asking, hanging photos of her family in the hallway without so much as a heads up. Then came the bookshelves. I had this massive collection of science fiction novels and first edition classics. One Saturday, I came home from a quick grocery run and found most of them boxed up. My shelves had been reorganized to make space for her wellness books and inspirational quotes on framed canvas. She smiled at me like she expected applause. I stared at the box labeled Old Books, Storage, and felt something snap quietly inside me. Still, I let it go. Told myself it wasn't worth a fight. Relationships are about compromise, right? Then summer came. One Thursday afternoon I was working from home, calls, spreadsheets, the usual, when Brooke waltzed in and announced super casually, "Oh, by the way, my mom's coming to stay with us for the summer." I paused. "Stay with us?" She was already in the kitchen, pouring iced tea like it was no big deal. "Yeah, just for a bit. She needs a change of scenery, and we have the space. I already told her it's fine." I blinked. "You told her? Brooke, we didn't even talk about it." She rolled her eyes like I was overreacting. "It's not a big deal. She'll sleep in the guest room. It's summer. You barely use that space anyway." I stood there, silent, processing. This wasn't a weekend visit. This was 3 months of sharing a 900 square foot apartment with a woman I'd met maybe twice. A woman who, by the way, had once called my favorite hoodie juvenile and told me avocado toast was millennial nonsense. I said as calmly as I could, "Brooke, you didn't ask me. You didn't even check if I was okay with this." She didn't miss a beat. "It's not your business." Just like that. 4 words that rewired everything. I laughed, not because it was funny, but because it was so absurd. "Not my business? You're living in my apartment. This is my home. And now your mom is moving in for the summer without even a conversation?" She shrugged. "You're overreacting. She won't be in the way. Just let it go." Let it go. Something inside me, something that had been quietly gnawing for months, finally stood up. I didn't yell. I didn't pack my things in a dramatic whirlwind. I went for a walk, thought things through. And when I got back, I sat her down. "I need you to hear this," I said. "This isn't about your mom. This is about respect. You don't treat this like my home anymore. You've made decisions, big ones, without me. You've taken over everything, from the bookshelves to the layout to who lives here. And when I bring it up, I'm told it's none of my business? That's not a partnership. That's a takeover. She stared at me, arms folded, tight-lipped. I'm not angry, I continued, but I'm done. She scoffed. You're being dramatic. Maybe, but I was also being done. The next day, I started packing. She thought I was bluffing, even made jokes about how I'd be back once I cooled off. But I didn't come back. I found a studio across town, smaller, quieter. No fake eucalyptus wreaths on the door, no motivational quotes above the bed. Just me, a mattress, a mini fridge, and my boxed-up books. And God, it felt good. A few weeks later, I got a text. It was a photo of her mom sitting on the couch in my old living room. My couch, the one I'd picked out and paid for. The message read, "Told you it wasn't a big deal. We're doing just fine." I stared at that message for a long time. Then I deleted it. Because here's the thing people don't tell you about relationships. You don't just lose the person. You lose your space, your peace, sometimes even your sense of self. But if you're lucky or just tired enough, you gain something better. Boundaries. I didn't move out because of her mom. I moved out because I realized I was already gone. The version of me who let things slide, who made excuses for controlling behavior disguised as just decorating, who swallowed frustration every time he was cut out of decisions in his own home. That guy had already left the building. I just packed his things for him. The funny thing is, people always think the big breakup moment is the dramatic one. The cheating, the screaming, the slammed door. But sometimes it's just silence, a slow realization, a quiet enough. A few months went by. I didn't hear from Brooke again until I did. An email, no subject line, just 2 lines. I didn't realize how much space I took up until it was empty. I'm sorry. I didn't reply, not out of anger, but because I didn't need to. Her words weren't for me. They were for herself, for the person who needed to learn, too late, that love isn't permission to erase someone else's life. It's been almost a year now. I got my books back. A mutual friend dropped them off. Brooke didn't want to see me. They were dusty, mismatched, still labeled storage. I laughed, opened a box, pulled out Dune, and for the first time in a long time, I read in peace. No scented candles that gave me headaches, no silent judgment, no mom lurking in the hallway, asking if I planned on wearing that to dinner. Just silence, my space. So, was I the a-hole for moving out after my girlfriend invited her mom without asking and told me it wasn't my business? What would you have done? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm genuinely curious how you would have handled this. And hey, if you enjoyed the story, give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to help the channel grow. We've got more stories coming your way.